The member for London Fanshawe.
Thank you, Speaker. My question is to the Premier. London currently has 90 shelter beds in limbo at Arcade Mission as our municipal government waits to see if the province will finally partner with the federal government to match up to $250 million in funding for the homelessness initiatives, and if London will get their fair share of that funding. London can't wait any longer. Can the Premier confirm whether the provincial government is in negotiations with the federal government to secure these funds so Arcade Mission will not lose the 90 vital beds before the cold winter months?
Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. In fact, I have actually been negotiating. We've been negotiating with the federal government and have said yes 5 times to the federal government. I have accepted the terms of the federal government on 1 occasion, on a 2nd occasion, on a 3rd occasion, on a 4th occasion, on a 5th occasion, and on each occasion the federal government said, thanks for accepting, but we don't accept your acceptance, Mr. Speaker. So I am unable to provide the funding because the federal government won't accept my acceptance of the project, Mr. Speaker. So if the federal government will accept my acceptance, then I'd be happy to provide the funding that is required. Now, of course, Mr. Speaker, I did increase funding. We did increase funding by over 28% to the member's riding. We've increased the homelessness prevention program to the highest level in history. But again, I have accepted the acceptance of the acceptance of the acceptance for the 5th time, and we'll do it again for the 6th time, Mr. Speaker.
Government House Leader will come to order. The member for Hamilton Mountain will come to order. Supplementary question, the member for London West.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, many vulnerable Londoners are living in deplorable conditions because community housing does not have the funding needed to deal with maintenance and manage pests. Brittany lives in a London West townhouse where the cockroaches are so bad that sometimes they're crawling on her when she goes out, and her community support worker can't let her travel in her car anymore. Anne told us that some of the residents in her building sleep in the lobby to escape infestations in their units. Speaker, municipalities are calling for provincial help. When will this government start working with municipalities and invest in fixing dangerous, unhealthy community housing?
Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing.
Well, in fact, Mr. Speaker, we did that. We increased funding to the highest level that it has ever been in the province of Ontario. And we have said to the service managers, Mr. Speaker, that we want to see better outcomes with the investments that we're making across the province of Ontario. Now, there are a lot of housing providers. I look at the Kenora Services Board and what they're doing, Mr. Speaker. They're leveraging the funding that we have given them to take out of commission some of their older properties, build newer, more modern facilities that offer wraparound services, Mr. Speaker. The Kenora Services Board can do it, and I expect and I insist that other parts of the province take the example of what Kenora has done, make those investments so that we can provide new, modern facilities for people, Mr. Speaker, that have wraparound services where they are required. We are partnering with our municipalities. We are trying to partner with the federal government. As you know, Mr. Speaker, the federal government underfunds us to the tune of $400 million a year. But despite that, we've increased our funding, and we want our municipal partners, our service managers, to show us that the funding that we are making, the investments that we're making, are having the results that we expect. If they don't, we'll get the job done on our own.
Thank you.